What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and D23 was today. Marvel Studios' panel just ended, and it was not what we thought it was going to be. We thought we would get some pretty big reveals about Phase 5, including the cast of the Thunderbolts, which we did get, which is really exciting, but we also thought we were going to get Phase 6, in which, unfortunately, and very sadly, we did not get. Which is interesting because Kevin Feige said that D23 was going to be huge. And to be fair, it actually was. They did reveal a lot. It just wasn't about Phase 6, it was about Phase 5. But there's a lot of Phase 5 to dive into, a lot of reveals, a lot of trailers, a lot of exclusive footage shown at D23. That, of course, I'll be breaking down over the next few days. And of course, I'll be explaining in this video what we saw at D23 and breaking down these big Phase 5 reveals. Now, the first thing that was shown that I want to talk about first was new footage for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. New footage that they did not release to the public. And that was a common theme here. They showed a lot of new footage that they only showed to the people attending at D23. They did not release this on YouTube or anywhere online. But the footage showed a lot of Namor, and it showed how strong he actually is. And apparently he is very, very strong. They also showed Queen Ramonda arguing with people from the United Nations. Here we see other countries very frustrated with Wakanda because they now know that vibranium exists. However, Wakanda refuses to share it with the rest of the world. They mention the dangerous potential of vibranium, but Queen Ramonda responds by saying that she's not worried about the dangerous potential of vibranium, but the dangerous potential of you, meaning the rest of the world, and what they would do if they got their hands on some vibranium. We then see a very epic fight scene between the Dora Milaje and a group of soldiers. The group of soldiers is trying to break in and steal some vibranium on a ship, but the Dora Milaje were undercover and they managed to stop them. This pretty much confirms that one of the main big story plots of Wakanda Forever is vibranium, and how the world wants vibranium, and possibly even Dr. Doom. We don't know who the soldiers belong to. They could belong to a government, or they could belong to a villain. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But what they said about the trailer footage was that this movie actually looks like it could be better than the first Black Panther movie. We then moved on to Ironheart, and there was one big reveal here, and that is that the Hood is confirmed to be the main villain of the Ironheart series. Now, what we learned about this project is that it's going to be about magic and tech, so the two of them colliding, so that's probably going to be pretty interesting to see on screen. It's also confirmed that Jim Rash is going to be returning to play his character from Captain America Civil War as the MIT guy, cracking down on Riri Williams' engineering projects. Of course, we know that she's probably building an Ironheart suit. The Hood will deal with dark magic, and could possibly even have Agatha Harkness behind him, because we do know Coven of Chaos is coming relatively soon as well. Now, the next thing is that we did get a confirmation for the project Werewolf by Night. If you didn't catch the trailer, we'll be talking about it soon, but it is very, very old school, very Frankenstein vibes. And honestly, it looks really, really creepy, so for those Halloween fans out there and those kind of horror type fans out there, this is going to be a pretty cool one. It is a one-off little special that they're doing. So right now we are actually kind of unsure if Werewolf by Night will be officially joining the MCU and staying in the MCU, or if this is simply a one-off thing. Now check this out. This was pretty disappointing, and we'll get onto some cool stuff like the Thunderbolts in just a bit, but they did talk about the Fantastic Four for like 10 seconds. They mentioned that Max Shackman is indeed directing the Fantastic Four, and that was it. No casting, no nothing. Everything that we heard was basically false. It makes you wonder what's going on with the project. They're probably still trying to get casting done, even though I believe that they were done with it already, but they didn't give us anything at all besides the director. Then we got the official trailer for Secret Invasion, and it does look like the Skrull truly have infiltrated the Earth. We see Maria Hill talking to Nick Fury about how he's been gone for so long and been unresponsive in communication, but Nick Fury says that this is different and that it's a war that only he can fight. We see Emilia Clarke's character revealed for the very first time, and we'll be diving into details about this trailer later on during the week. Now, we'll get into Echo and Daredevil in just a bit because there were some exciting reveals there, but first let's talk about that Thunderbolts cast. Marvel Studios officially revealed the entire cast for the Thunderbolts, and honestly, it's pretty epic. As you can see here, they released concept art of the full Thunderbolts team. We have Yelena Belova right up front, and to her left, Her dad, not her real dad, but the closest thing that she has to it, is Red Guardian, David Arbor, who I am super excited is returning. Also from Black Widow all the way to the right, you can see Taskmaster is returning as well. And to her left is US Agent John Walker, who we saw be recruited by Valentina Allegra de Fontaine in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. She is also found herself all the way on the left side of the team. And to her right is Ghost, who we presumed was going to be a part of this team. And of course, as you see him in the middle there to the right of Yelena, we have Bucky, the Winter Soldier. And it's going to be interesting to see him fight alongside with this team, especially US Agent John Walker. If you're unfamiliar with who the Thunderbolts team is, it's essentially a group of not so much villains, even though villains are a big part of the team, but kind of a group of misfit heroes, all of which who have committed crimes before. Now they are working for the government, doing assignments for the government to essentially stay out of jail. It's kind of their second chance. It's basically the Suicide Squad. And this was probably the biggest reveal for D23, although there are some other big ones we're about to talk about. This was probably the big one. Now, they did talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. They showed footage for it, but it was the same footage that was shown at SDCC. I did a breakdown of that. You can find it on my channel. They did, however, show a little bit more of King, and apparently he is absolutely terrifying, and Jonathan Majors absolutely crushed it with that role. We also saw a little bit more of a glimpse of King with the Loki Season 2 teaser. Again, that was only showed to the people who were there. But what we saw was Loki traveling through different points in time. He was actually being pulled through different points in time. Loki says that he has seen terrible, awful things. He also looks at a wall covered in Kang decorations and he says war is on its way. They also did confirm that Ki Hoi Kwan is going to be joining the cast and is a TVA employee. Of course, Owen Wilson was there as well, and I'll do a full breakdown on what we saw in this Loki Season 2 trailer later on as well. Now, for those of you who have been watching She-Hulk and have been talking about the leader is confirmed to be returning to the MCU in Captain America: New World Order. Returning from the Incredible Hulk, Tim Blake Nelson is coming back to the MCU as the leader. And apparently, rumor has it, so take it with a big grain of salt because a lot of rumors were wrong about D23, but apparently, rumor has it that there's going to be a lot of Hulk stuff in Captain America 4, which makes sense, given the connection to the leader, the Super Soldier Serum, and of course Bruce Banner. Hopefully this leads up to a solo Hulk film, which unfortunately we did not get an announcement for today. Now, Armor Wars got a new logo, but that's about it. They did reveal that Secret Invasion is going to lead right into Armor Wars, and Rhodey seems to be playing a significant part in Secret Invasion as well. Now, I think the second biggest reveal that we kind of already knew was for Echo and Daredevil. They announced the main villain of the Echo series is, of course, Kingpin. They showed footage for Echo, and Kingpin was in the very last shot with a bandage over his eye where Echo shot him at the end of the Hawkeye series. As the cast of the Echo series got off the stage, Vincent D'Onofrio actually stayed on stage, and then Charlie Cox came out, confirming Kingpin is the villain of Daredevil Born Again as well. They then showed us some She-Hulk footage of She-Hulk and Daredevil interacting with each other, which we'll see pretty soon in She-Hulk. And the last thing that they talked about and showed us was for the Marvels. And they gave a little sneak peek of that as well, just to the people watching. We see Nick Fury talking to Captain Monica Rambeau as she's wearing an astronaut suit in space. She touches something in space and swaps spots with Kamala Khan, in which Rambeau tells Kamala Khan our light-based powers are entangled, which could explain what happened at the end of Miss Marvel. Captain Marvel and Kamala Khan switched places, and it could be because of this reason right here. And that was Marvel's D23 panel. What they did give us was pretty exciting. Unfortunately, we didn't really get anything about the Fantastic Four, nothing about Deadpool 3, and nothing about the mutants, which I didn't really think we'd hear about anyways. And despite these cool reveals and the really cool trailers and sneak peeks that we got, I know a lot of people, including myself, are going to be disappointed that they didn't reveal anything about Phase 6. We do have Disney's Investors Day coming up at the end of the year, but I'm not holding my breath for that. It may be Marvel Studios' plan to wait till the next SDCC of 2023 to reveal the entirety of Phase 6. Hopefully we don't have to wait that long, but as we can see from D23, there is a lot to keep us occupied in the meantime. A lot of really cool things happening really soon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.